When these Canadian missionaries left home, the low was -7. San Pedro Sula's average is in the high 20s. They're called Adventures in Missions, or AIM. They spent about $50,000 on the trip. 3/4 of it went to travel expenses. But when they go back to Canada, they'll send another $50,000 in donations. Their hotel is 3 hours east in the coastal city of La Ceiba. Pastor Jorge Doran finds poor people for AIM to help.
Pues sí, yo estoy contento. La otra cosa es también, como es un grupo cristiano, ellos vienen y comparten del amor de Jesús y la gente necesita ver eso.
The next morning, AIM leaves La Ceiba and drives a couple hours to the village of Armenia. Florence Marley is AIM's head.
Lord, just watch over us, keep us safe, give us wisdom.
She's from Teesdale, Saskatchewan, and sees lots of people being helped.
For somebody in the reading glasses, we've certainly seen, people put them on and go, wow, like I haven't been able to read, or a woman that says, I haven't been able to thread the needle for years. Most of these people are suffering, so hopefully it's going to provide them some relief, and some relief that doesn't cost anything.
The relief comes with the promise of salvation.
This is a big party day and exciting for everybody. So I'm not arguing that people don't like it or what they're doing is a bad thing. It's just, how do we justify spending $40,000 to build a $2,000 house?
Verbeek's study focused on house building, not medical clinics, but he says the results are the same. He found that it is unlikely that a group of 20 mostly English-speaking North Americans is going to bring about lasting positive change in a week. 360 Vision decided to put Verbeek's findings to the test. Most people we saw appeared happy, but this woman made a comment overheard by her Spanish translator. She said the white people wouldn't even look at her when they got off the bus. And this community activist sees AIM's medical clinic as nothing more than a Band-Aid.
Porque llegan 1 o 2 veces al año y contamos solo con una enfermera. Para mí sería lo más importante que hubiera un doctor permanente o una doctora permanente con nosotros para ir evaluando nuestros problemas y ayudándonos a salir adelante.
Even Marley admits this isn't a permanent solution.
Certainly there's a need here for health care year-round.
But Verbeek's study went further. He asked Hondurans if they could choose. Would they rather North Americans stay home and just send their money?
A lot of people said, well, they would never let us decide that, so they didn't feel like they had the power to even answer the question. But if we pushed them a little bit and said, well, if they did ask you what you would rather, they say, well, I guess we would probably have them send the money.
I honestly think it's not a correct question, because if somebody came to me and said, would you like me to come to you and give you 2,000, would you like me to stay home and send 5, it's kind of obvious like what the answer would be. I think you'd feel guilty if you said anything else. But yet I know that the people, I've talked to each of them without trying to tell them what I want them to say, and I haven't met anybody yet that said, just send your money.
But 360 Vision did. His name is Dr. Nestor Salaveria. He's a pediatrician. For 22 years, he's run this medical clinic 3 hours outside Tegucigalpa. Olancho is a remote and dangerous area. This used to be a mecca for short-term missions, or brigades, as Dr. Salaveria calls them. During high season, 200 missionaries pass through here in 2 months. But not anymore.
Bueno, la verdad que yo tuve que explicarles a ellos y convencerlos por mucho tiempo que trabajamos en brigadas, convencerlos de que no eran tan importantes. Me costó, es difícil.
Dr. Salaveria says brigades were helpful at first. They spread the word about his clinic. But soon he noticed money being wasted. North Americans spent thousands to come, but didn't accomplish much.
El impacto es bajo. El costo es elevado, los riesgos son muchos, pero el impacto solo llega un día, desparasitamos a la gente en un día, le damos medicinas por un día, nadie vuelve a ver a esa persona, a ver si está mejor, ¿entiendes? El seguimiento, gastamos bastante dinero y el impacto no es bueno. Es mejor un programa educativo, continuo y permanente, no una visita esporádica, ¿entiendes?
But Dr. Salaveria hasn't given up on brigades. A handful of specialists are allowed to come from North America each year. And he runs his own brigades. He trains Hondurans to help local doctors. The focus is prevention. And he hires local doctors to work at his clinic year-round. He doesn't rely on donated drugs from North America. They buy almost all the medicine they need.
Esta medicina, usted ve, todo es comprado, todo es 100% comprado, ¿verdad? Las donaciones, aquí están.
¿Esas son donaciones?
Algunas sí, sí.
Where does the money to buy the medicine come from?
¿Y toda la plata de dónde viene?
La gente paga por la medicina. Es un círculo de dinero. Ellos pagan y la compran. Ahora, no, el precio es más barato que en las farmacias.
¿Qué pasa si estas personas que están enfermas no tienen la plata para pagar?
O sea, por ejemplo, este paciente prácticamente no paga. Asistencia social, dice aquí. No, la letra de doctores no es muy buena, ¿va? 99%. O sea, free.
Free for the patient, but the money comes from somewhere. Doctors take a cut in salary. Sometimes the government pays. And church groups like the Luke Society cover the rest. They're an American Christian organization that just sends money. Once a year, 3 or 4 board members visit to check up on things. Dr. Salaveria's clinic is so successful, the government wants to use it as a model. But there's a big problem. When we return, 360 Vision goes to Honduras' medical school. We were shocked by what we saw.